If you have small kids, or if you have been around small kids, you know this, that they like to wrestle with you, they like to tackle you, they like to play with you, they like to be physical, active, and they just like to push you around. And as an adult, how do you respond? You play with them, you play dead, or you play hurt, you play like you're being conquered by them, and then you let them have their moment. But you're laughing, you're playing, you're having grand of a time. And I think if you read Psalm 2, it gives sort of a picture where God is doing that with people, with the kings and the rulers of this world. It says in Psalm 2, verse 1, "Why do the nations rage and the peoples plot in vain? The king of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, Let us burst their bonds apart and cast away their cords from us." So these kings and people in authority and politicians, or the rulers, or all of these people who think they can manipulate, change, and dispense their authority to change the course of human history and all sort of things, scientific achievement, to name a few things, they think that they can push God to the side. They think that the religion has no place and Christ is just a myth and religion are myth. And they do all of these things. They plot in vain. And then they do all sorts of things. And you can see around yourself, around our world, how chaotic it is, how bad it is. And then religion has become this sort of thing that needs to be cast out. But how does God respond to all of this vanity of people's effort? It says in verse 4, "He who sits in the heavens laughs. The Lord holds them in derision. Then he will speak to them in his wrath and terrify them in his fury, saying, As for me, I've set my king on Zion, my holy hill." God laughs at them. He mocks them. He says, "Oh, look at them. They're kids." And like a little kid trying to push us and conquer us, we laugh and we play with them. But the kids know that we're adults and we have power, we have strength to withhold and stand firm. And that's how it is with God. God is powerful, magnificent, so he just laughs at them. So for believers, we can take courage in that, knowing our God who sits enthroned in heaven is in absolute control. He is God of chaos. He's God of all this discouragement around us, all this manipulation, he is God over all things. And he sits in heaven and he laughs. So if you're worried and anxious about things happening around you and within you, then know that our God is in heaven sitting on his throne, and he will absolutely come to our rescue in all situations. I hope this was encouraging to you today.